Motorcyclists are deviants.
And once you accept that fact, you understand why riders end up with some of the closest friendships of their lives, and why those friendships look nothing like the friendships of people that don't ride. In 1963, a sociologist and musician named Howard Becker wrote a book about jazz musicians. It was called Outsiders, and it posited that musicians' lifestyles deviate from those of the squares. They were deviants in that their life deviated from normality. Jazz musicians in the 50s were people whose lives didn't map onto the world most people inhabit. They had bad sleep schedules, played in clubs full of marijuana, and held opinions about chord substitution that the squares could not be made to care about. One of his key observations was that musicians have experiences that can't be translated outwards. That moment in a tight rhythm section when the bass moves somewhere unexpected, the drummer hears it, and you, on piano, find the gap between them where the chord wants to sit. The audience hears a song. The three of you are thinking the same thought. Try explaining that to someone at a barbecue. And so you don't. You form friendships with other musicians who understand the process. As Becker said, when a group is deviant from societal norms, social bonds migrate inwards. The people you share that experience with become stronger, deeper friends. Because with them, you don't have to explain the context.
I felt that when I worked on cruise ships.
For 4 years, I was a pianist sailing the world, playing on a dozen different ships. On cruise ships, you get a double dose. You're already a musician, already on the outside. And now you're sealed in a steel tube for 6 months with the same 15 people. You form these super intense friendships with your bandmates that you think are going to last forever. You live in close quarters. You make music. You got off in ports you'd never visit on your own. You drink. Oh my God, you drink. My liver was never the same. Friendships that would take years to form on land happen inside a single contract of a few months. And then the contract ends. The ship disperses, and most of those friendships, which felt permanent, quietly dissolve. Not because they were false, but because the context that built them no longer exists. Think of your group of motorcycle friends. Outside of motorcycling, what do you share with them? And yet, somehow, those friendships can become some of the deepest and most intense friendships you have. You'll ride hundreds of kilometres just to catch up for coffee. Nobody does that for their book club. Try explaining the idea of riding an exposed vehicle that goes too fast with 20 litres of fuel between your legs.
Well, maybe not fast in a Himalayan.
But people who don't ride can never understand the particular quality of a good road, what it costs you to get there, what riding curves on a great day feels like. These don't travel well across the boundary between riders and non-riders. So friendships that carry real weight tend to form on the inside of it. When you meet other riders, you both understand something without negotiation. You don't have to justify yourself. You don't have to explain why you ride. You just ride. My motorcycling friendships: Jay, Arn, Roger, Tori, Shinji, Ryan. They're some of the closest friendships of my life. I couldn't tell you the names of their kids. I don't know how most of them vote. But I know how each of them breaks into a corner. We don't see each other constantly. Some of us live thousands of kilometres away. The connection still holds. You have this experience that doesn't translate to the squares. Enough rides in enough different conditions, bad weather, wrong turns, mechanical problems, long silences, and you have a record of each other.
Which raises a question. Are context-dependent friendships, like your motorcycling friends and mine, lesser friendships?
I used to think the cruise ship ones were, that they revealed something slightly sad about how portable I really wasn't. These friendships would fizzle out. There'd be a few emails and then silence. I don't think they were transactional friendships. They were real. They had a natural lifespan that shore-based friendships don't have language for.
We don't have a word for person I was genuinely close to within a context that no longer exists. So it gets filed under lost touch, which doesn't capture it at all.
Some friendships are activity-shaped, place-shaped, moment-shaped. That's not a failure mode. That's just a different kind of real. And we don't have good language for it. Lost touch doesn't capture it. Neither does we drifted. Those words assume something went wrong. Nothing went wrong. The context ended. The friendship was real inside it. Riding friendships are different because the context doesn't end. Maybe sometimes it does, but generally you keep riding. So the shared insiderness keeps renewing itself. And at the cafe at the end, you're not making small talk. The ride did the talking. The coffee's just where you sit with it.
You see, I told you. Deviant.